Look at the trouble we're in. All modern relationships. Over. It's over. Are they over? Are they over? Don't know. Let's get into it. Some people would say they are. Some people would say they are not. Let us discuss. Oh man, oh man. Oh. Boom, 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 boom. Join in. I got you. You got me. We got we. Our relationship's a thing of the past. Let's get it. I'll do it like that. Oh, man. Let's get that too. That's it right there. Vimeo. There we go. Who's in? Audience. 23 people in here. 23 people in here. So we'll click to mute that. All right. So, are relationships a thing of the past? That's the question on the floor tonight. And it's a serious question because all it takes to start an argument between men and women today is to ask a question about relationships. And all hell breaks loose. All hell breaks loose. There is no civil discussion regarding relationships today. It is all out war. Why is that? Why is that? Let's see, how do we add a speaker? I'm going to add a speaker. What I'm going to do is I'm going to actually drop the link and I'm going to let people join in because I know what I think, but you have men talking about this and they're saying one thing and the women are saying something completely different. But the numbers say something, tell a story. And that story is honestly, it's not looking too good, depending upon where you want to be. If you're a single guy and you good with it, Gucci. If you're a lady and you want a relationship, where are you going to get it from? Because many men, I'm not just talking about black men, I'm talking about all men are to the point to where they're just saying, the hell with this. We are done with modern relationships. We are done with modern women. The juice isn't worth the squeeze. And honestly, It shouldn't be this damn complicated. And I gotta ask you, ladies, do you understand where the men are coming from? There's a link. We're gonna drop the link. I'm gonna drop the link for everybody in this one. It used to just be the link was supposed to be for people who are $10 or more. But here's the link. The link is going to be in the Patreon side. I don't know where I can drop the link. Videos, images, blah 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 blah. Q&A. Send a message to your audience. Here's where I'll send a message to the audience. There it is. There it is. So there's the link to the Zoom. You are free to join in, get your opinion on the board, because I don't know if, like I said, I don't know if many women understand just how crazy it's gotten between men and women. Hold on. I've got you, you've got me, we've got we. Thought I'd bring y'all in behind the scenes tonight. Behind the scenes where a lot of folks don't get to see. Um, there is the link. You don't have to be on camera, but you will need to um, speak up. Because what? Because unless you are, and here's the thing, I talk about this 10% number. If you're not going to be in the top 10% of earners as men or women, what are you going to do? What's the alternative? What's the alternative, ladies and gentlemen? What is the alternative? If not relationship, then what? Let's see. Let's see who's in the chat room. I can't see that. Vimeo has a new stream function right now. I'm trying to see if we can get that going. Women love to ask questions, but not to answer. Yeah, that's true. See, and unfortunately, you ladies like to just sit back and kind of just wait for men to figure it out. And men are to the point to where they're like, damn this primary tag. Men are to the point to where they're like, all right, enough, enough. You guys don't want to join in. You don't want to. What part do women feel like? What is your part in this situation, ladies? What is your part in modern relationships? Because what I've noticed is far too many women seem to think their part is just to just be a female. I just show up, and then you do. Absolutely not. Okay, I mute you guys. Okay, I'm asking you guys to unmute in the hello. Let's see. How we doing? Hey, mom, can't hear you. Let's see. Testing, testing, testing. One, two, three, four. Testing, testing, testing. Why is that going on? All right, that's doing that. I can hear just fine on my speakers. Say something, mom. Hold on just a second. I don't hear you. Let's see if music plays. Yeah, music is playing just fine, so it's not me. Christian, let me unmute you. Hello? There we go. Amon, what's the problem? What's going on with your lady today?
Hey Kevin, I'm just logging in, so I missed just
Okay,
the beginning
the
of the
question
part,
is,
so I'll let someone else.
the question is, are modern relationships over these days? Um, and I don't seem to get an answer from the ladies. You know, a lot of the ladies just kind of sit back and fall back and kind of just don't answer. And I'm asking, are relationships over? Let's say, Christian, how old are you, Christian?
25.
Huh?
25.
25. Are relationships over?
I wouldn't say they're over. I just think there's a lot of work that needs to be done to try and prepare that connection between the two sides.
Okay. Do you have a relationship right now?
Yes.
Um, to what end?
To the end of marriage.
Cool. Let's see. Bring somebody else in. Demetrius, unmute yourself. And then Abu, I don't know how to pronounce your name. Go ahead. Abu,
Dean,
how are
hello,
you?
can you hear me?
I can. How are you?
Doing good, doing good.
So are modern relationships over?
I don't think they're over, but they're in a pretty bad state and pretty bad situation.
Okay. So what's the solution?
Well, I just think, for me personally, I'm trying to go back to traditional relationships and the kind that I grew up with, watching my mother and father. That's what I'm trying to achieve now. I'm pretty much done trying to adapt to these modern relationships. I'm 52, and
you're 52?
it's just not working.
You got any kids?
Yes, I have 3.
All right. And are you seeing anybody seriously?
No, not currently.
When was the last time you actually had a serious relationship, a kind of relationship where you actually spent Christmas with somebody?
Well, actually, I was a Muslim, so don't celebrate that. But
you know what I mean. You know what I mean.
Yeah, I know. Shoot, probably when I was married, it's been over 5 years.
5 years ago. So trying to go back to traditional relationships, how can you do that? How you getting that accomplished with women today?
Well, I really just started after I started listening to you a few months ago, early May, June, sort of. So
okay, so let me do this. If you're not dating, let me do this. If you're not dating, no disrespect, but you're really not out here. So it's nice to say that they're not over, or you're trying to go back to traditional this and that. But the world you grew up in and I grew up in does not exist. It just simply doesn't. So
you're right.
That's one of the problems that younger men have when they talk to us older men. We saw a world that does not exist. We are in a generation that's going to be called the lost generation. We saw huge social change. And it's almost lip service to say going back to traditional, because you got to
Yeah.
pick from the women that are here. How can you get the outcome you want from the straw that is bricks today with women?
Mm.
Well, the one I am currently dating someone, but it just started. But from the very start, I let her know.
But the concern that I'm seeing out there is if you hold traditional views or conservative views that, you know what, as a man, this is how I would expect a lady to be or a wife to be, it's seen or it's being frowned upon or it's seen to be not the common thing these days. That's my concern.
Right.
And and what I think, and I'm just being strengthened as well by the gentleman in the group as well, but I think we need to be still stand on our square, believe in our views, and be able to articulate the plan, like what you've been advising us to do. And and I'm actually also in the midst of actually getting that plan across. But my concern or my worry about that, Kevin, it is there's a risk that you can articulate your plan, then someone might just agree for the sake of agreeing so that we can be in a relationship.
Okay.
Then once you're in a
I don't.
relationship, then it
I don't
doesn't
do that. I don't see. That's one thing I don't do over here. I'm
Okay.
sorry. We got to stop doing that. It's like you don't live your life like that. I see this Mercedes that I love, and I own. I have the money, and I have the ability to buy it. But if I buy it,
Okay.
I run the risk of having an accident. So fucking what, man?
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, and my point is this: I know what it is out there in the world today. Great, but this is the time we were born in, gentlemen. This is it. We don't get to go back to our grandfather's time, and we don't get to go back and do the thing and get things the way we want them to be. It is what it is. So now the question becomes, what are we going to do about it? And that's the hard part, man, because it only makes sense to say, if I saw a world where men were respected and honored, I want that. Okay, sure. But they also saw a world with Jim Crow segregation, polio. They didn't have the internet. They didn't have central heating and air. They didn't have a lot of the stuff we have. We got out. We want all the modern conveniences without the same shit that they had. So my thing is, to every man who wants to be a confident, intelligent, and assertive man, stand on his square, all that other kind of stuff. Be on your purpose. All right. How long before you decide to end up talking about securing a legacy? Because men run the very real risk of being single for the longest, and then you jump back out here and you get into the dating world. What, 5 years from now? You think it's going to be any easier? I mean, it is what it is, and that's ultimately what I'm saying to everybody. David, what's going on? How are you?
All right, how you doing, son?
I'm good. Are modern relationships, is it over for modern relationships?
I don't think it's over. I just think that I feel like a lot of women now, you're judged based on your wallet. So,
Mm-hmm.
in order for you to get the type of woman you want, you got to continue to work to get to that point. You judge before you even get through the door.
Yep.
I feel like
How old are you?
32.
So, yeah. So, here's the hardcore reality. I think, Generation X, guys who are in their 40s to 50s, if somebody had came along and told us, hey man, y'all shouldn't even consider a relationship until before you 35 years old, we could at least take an 18 to 35 to stack our money. But nobody told us that. But now you guys, who are younger guys, you have the ability to learn from everything that we didn't know. But at some point, so let's say you, David, you've chosen your career path, you've chosen all that stuff, which means you've chosen the lower limit and the upper limit of your earning potential. What does that mean? That means you got to pick a woman in there.
Right.
You got to pick a woman in there. Kind of like back when I went to college. Everybody wanted to drive a Mercedes, but everybody didn't want to go to law school, medical school, or go to be an engineer because that shit was too hard. I mean, if we could go to get a degree in business management and make $500,000 a year and get everything we wanted, then we would have. Are we comfortable at shopping at getting a woman at our level? What do you think, guys? Especially, I'm talking for the men who are over 30. Because now you're the men who should be on the market looking. Or do you want to hold out until you're 40 and try to get a little bit more money and then go get a better version? Go ahead, David.
Yeah, I feel like, as far as my case, I run into a lot of women with kids,
Okay.
women that, they don't really want to be wives.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, in my opinion, I don't have a lot of relationship experience, but
Okay.
just being out here on the market, so I try to, not try to go for stuff that I feel like, is at my level, but, I'm not able, at my level, I'm not able to compete with, guys making
Right.
$150,000 a year.
Uh-huh.
And
What city do you live in?
outside of Charlotte.
Asheville.
So, yeah, Asheville. It's like
Mhm.
about 2 hours out of Charlotte.
What's the population of Asheville?
Couple 100,000, I think. Like bars last on my chest.
Okay, so Asheville population ain't gonna change.
Right.
Your income is pretty much where it is. What's gonna give? Because the thing I'm gonna ask is, you say you keep running a woman with kids, such and so forth. All right, are you? Can you date outside of the black community effectively? Meaning, can you get women, not white, not non-black women who want to be black? Can you effectively go to other communities, other neighborhoods, and actively see the kind and caliber of woman you would like to, who would like chat her up and do the same thing you would do in our community?
Well, I think I gotta get better at that, getting out.
Asheville population is 91,000. So you say, so here's a problem a lot of black men have. We talk about the current crop of black women, right? But have we developed the skills, the social skills to be able to go to other parts of the world we live in and talk to people? Or we effectively locked yourself into black women? And if so, that's cool. You gotta, if that's the case, if you don't like, it's kind of like code switching. It's like me. I went to an all black high school, but I grew up on the white side of town, so I got comfortable being in both worlds. So I'm not uncomfortable going to other, and I did martial arts, so I hung out with a lot of Asians. I'm not uncomfortable, so I don't have to. I didn't have to deal with Asian women who like black guys or white girls who like black guys. I could deal with the kind of woman because I could just pick femininity. But that is a skill set. It takes time. If you don't have to, what I'm ultimately saying, David, is you're going to either have to move out of Asheville and get to a larger group of women that you actually are comfortable with, or what? Make more money?
I guess a little bit of both. I feel like, but do the first thing like you said, move. Um, Looking at that right now. Think about maybe Atlanta or Houston. I used to stay in
Yep.
Houston a while back.
Yep.
And it's like odds are a whole lot better.
Mm-hmm.
Places like that.
Gentlemen, we are hunters. And Miss Avriel, hey Avriel. So Avriel right there. Avriel is gonna be the prey. Okay. We gotta go where if we gotta feed a village, there's the hunting and gathering, there's the berries and the vegetation that the ladies go after, right? But in order to feed the village, we gotta bring down big game. We can't hunt squirrels and rabbits and rodents. We gotta hunt and big game. They range farther. They do different things. And in order to be able to bring down the big game, you had to go where what? The game is. See, this is what I was talking to my lady friend earlier today. Modern men have lost our hunter instincts. We expect the wildebeest and the wildebeest is what is like the wackest ass food on the Serengeti. Poor wildebeest. We expect the wildebeest to walk up and say, "Who is it? Lunch?" No, man. You see, the lions got to run out to where the wildebeest are. And as men, okay, my claws are so long, my fangs are so long. I'm only such kind of hunter. I can't really box with the apex high earning, predators because I don't have the longest claws and this and that. All right, I'm much more of a cheetah or something like that. I ain't no punk, but I still know what I can hunt. You gotta hunt the prey uh, in your range, and if where you are there's no game, you gotta go to where there's more stuff out there. What do you think about that, David?
I think you're right. I think that said I heard you say something like you have to reach to your level. Like you don't want to go shop. You want to shop where you can afford to shop. You want to shop at TJ Maxx. You can only afford to shop at TJ Maxx. You can't go to Nordstrom or places like that. So
Now here's the question: did you grow up in the same city?
I'm from Cleveland, Ohio.
Okay, so cool. The thing that tends to get a lot of guys is we tend to get kind of scared of moving. And the one thing I would say, one of the things that you can have that levels the playing field with money is like experience and things to talk about and things to do. Um, I've lived a broad life because I'm not afraid to try something. That's why I would say, guys, a good backup skill would be coming waiting tables, that kind of stuff. You can always make side money on the side, but move to a big area. Like I said, I was out here in Atlanta, and I'm at a restaurant, and I remember when I used to be a server in Houston, and all the women I had access to. But being a server in Atlanta, oh my God, I'm like, I know these dudes down here just swimming in opportunities. Because all you got to do is hit the gym, get a little charisma, and wait tables that are happening in place. And then the place is 17 to 1. Come on, man. Kavan, how are you?
Good, Kevin. Pleasure to talk to you, man.
Good. Appreciate it. Our relationships over these days.
I think so. I'm 20 years, 21 years. This December will be my 21st anniversary, but I'm
Okay.
going through a divorce. Me and my wife
You,
do that.
you how old are you? Hold on, how old are you?
42.
Okay, I'm thinking you 21 years old. You 21 years divorced. Okay.
No, I'm not 21 years divorced, but 21. I'm going through a divorce.
Okay.
And what's been out there, man, I don't want anything to do with it. It's bad.
Abrielle's out there. Evelyn's out there. Man, I'm telling you. See, this is what I mean, guys. What's out there is we limit ourselves on what's out there by how far we're willing to range. Let me tell you, man.
Hold on.
Look here. Where am I from, guys? Anybody want to throw it out there? Where am I from? Yeah, I don't want to hear none of y'all motherfucking problems. I'm from Oklahoma. I'm a black man from Oklahoma. That's my point. So I know what it's like, but they can't lock you in Oklahoma. See, if we actually got out and became, I say, confident, intelligent, assertive. Also, I say a gentleman has a social life. What are you? Are we living lives that are interesting? I mean, literally. I mean, after work in the gym, are you living a life that's interesting? Because yeah, you may be capped on the low end and high end on income, but a man with a broad social life gains social capital. Social capital. So let's say, Ms. Perez, let's say I'm making 50 flat. Well, I ain't gonna say 50 flat. He's in Boston. Let's say I'm making 75 flat. 75 flat. But I'm going to the mayor's ball, and I'm going to the American Heart Association, the Heart Ball, and I'm going to this Christmas party, and I'm going to this art exhibit, art opening. And you actually can sit down and be around the kind of men who are movers and shakers and influence. That's how you increase your network of men and how you end up jumping levels at work. Every level I've jumped at work is because of networking. People take their friends and colleagues open. They'll be like, "Hey, man, David, I know you do X, Y, Z. I just got a friend who's a recruiter said they're looking for somebody to do X, Y, Z. Do you mind if I pass it off to you? That job might not even make it to a poster board. You end up making twice the amount of money. This is how this shit happens. You gotta build it. You gotta build a life, guys, that is attractive to yourself. I mean, I don't think any of y'all, when y'all was little boys, didn't sit back and say, I want to be a superhero or a spy or some shit that was cool. I want to have a sports car and a boat, and I want to have parachute and hang gliding, and I want to be like, yeah, come on, man. And yeah, and women are drawn to men who are living. I've listened to women talk about my content and they hate the content, hate it, but they love the confidence in which I present it. Confidence comes from success. And if you guys just get out there and make a life somewhere, let's say I was talking to David. Let's say David moved from Asheville to Charlotte. Charlotte is where I would go, partner. Charlotte's where I would go. I have met so many beautiful women from Charlotte in the last couple of months. It's what Atlanta was 20 years ago without all the craziness. And you actually got out in Charlotte and got you a cool little spot. You're making your money. You go to the gym where everybody goes to, and you just become a fixture at your local at a couple of places around your neighborhood, and you are actively out of your house 3 or 4 days a week. Young men, we shouldn't be in our houses. We should be out. You're gonna run. You're gonna stumble into opportunity. Now, that means you got to put yourself out there and risk. Jamal, I'm gonna mute you. Hello.
Hey, how's it going?
Well, how old are you?
I'm 26.
So, 26. Yeah, I love talking to my guys in their 20s because it's you guys from 18 to 35 who really I'm asking this question to because you're at the lowest end of your earning potential, and every year, our relationship's over.
I hope not.
Okay.
Yeah, I can say I'm a software engineer.
Okay.
And I'm making pretty good money.
Cool.
But it's kind of funny. I've been rejected by women who work at Kroger's and like have nothing going for themselves. I don't feel like a lot of people really, or women, at least through my experience, don't really vet men for character. It's more about maybe the lifestyle they can give.
What kind of women? What race were these women?
Black.
Okay, so let me ask you. Hold on, let me ask you a question. Like I asked the other guys, can you?
Okay.
What happens when you approach non-black women?
So I feel like there's been a block for me as far as approaching non-black women. And I listened to your.
What do you mean? What do you mean a block?
Like, you know how you say that I'm letting down my mom. I remember like letting down your mother, or like I feel like sometimes I'm betraying my community because I would love to give my money back to the black community and produce more.
So so I'm just trying to understand. Do you approach non-black women?
Not really.
Okay, so let's be logical, gentlemen. We're hunting prey that's elusive. And then even when you catch the prey, it's kind of like a poison toad. You lick it, but it makes you sick. If we were hunting, would we continue to hunt the same prey? No. So you are operating on what I call Order 66. You want to know what makes a black man attractive to the because I just want to listen how crazy we are talking. A software engineer getting rejected by Keisha at Kroger. Guess what? Unless you going to all of a sudden take a swag pill, or you're gonna do some Captain America kind of shit, and all of a sudden become a jawline nigga with the super nigga serum. That ain't what's gonna happen, right? That ain't gonna happen. You're gonna be your corny software engineer self. That's cool. I'm a geek too. But you know what? You know what gets Keisha's attention? Becky. Roll up in that bitch with Becky. Guys, I'm telling you, I'm going hard this week. I'm going hard this week because I went first company Christmas party I went to, and I told the story where I brought an escort with me. Bringing that escort with me opened all my doors up. You think she was a black woman? No. Women move off of pre-selection. White men saw me walking in with a drop dead gorgeous woman. Turned out the VP of marketing, he was a regular of this woman. I did not know that. Gentlemen, you can't make Keisha, you can't make women are who they are. They respond to the good opinion of others. Let's just say Jamal rolled into the local Kroger and he rolled in, not even with Becky. Let's say he rolled in with Maria. Or let's just say he rolled in with an Afro Latina, a one from the Dominican Republic, but she was still very fair complected, like Miss Perez. I love making. Hi, Miss Perez, how you doing? And she was very fair complected like that. You roll up and Miss Perez is like, hey baby, um, yeah, I'm gonna go over here to the vegetable aisle. What the fuck is juice? Yeah, she come go over to the vegetable aisle. I'm gonna go over here and you say, hey to Keisha. You think Keisha gonna say something foully, or she'll be like, oh, Keisha's gonna be like, what the hell kind of what? How did he get her? That's what she gonna be like. How did this dude get her? Mm-hmm. But also her competitiveness gonna kick you in too. These women tend to start smiling at you. Hi, how you? Hmm. With your little cute girl, with your little cute almost white girl over there. You say, yeah, last time I came in here, you didn't want to give me your number. Well, I just yeah, see? Different. Guys, women are not our problem. Women are not our problem. It's our inability to problem solve. If we were hunters and if women were food, this sounds crazy. Go with me. If women were food and we had to figure it out or starve, we would figure out modern women. Does anybody deny that? I give you one example. Look at the content that's been in the barbershops for the longest. What do I talk about that you guys don't talk about? Nothing. But I figured out a way to talk about it in a way to where women could actually tolerate it and men could say, yeah, that's me. Let me go ahead and drop these hands down real quick. So you got to expand your footprint, Jamal. Uh, you just got to make yourself accessible to more women and then pick a black woman. But that's I'm gonna tell you that way works. That way works. Go ahead, come on.
And so, for me, it's like, I know there's women out there. I don't have a problem approaching any race. Love me some Latinas.
Mhm.
I just find myself like lacking stuff that my father should have told me or my dad should have told me, which I did not have.
Mhm.
And when you come in and speak like on some rudimentary stuff, I'm like, dang, I didn't even know that. And I'm listening to other content, dude named Darren M on YouTube. Like that makes me like, man, I need to
Darius,
check my game.
Darius M.
Darren, yeah,
Yeah, uh-huh.
Darren or Darren.
Darius M. It used to be Darius McTown. Yeah.
Yeah, and he was schooling me like, look, this is how you approach
Mhm.
females. And I'm like, because I'm 20 years reserved
Mhm.
from being back out in the market,
Mhm.
I just was like, man, I need to take a step back. But you're right, I need to.
When was the last time you approached her? When was the last time you saw a woman that was attracted to you and you straight up approached her?
When I went to go see
How long?
the improv and
How long? Boy, don't nobody know you. How long ago was that?
I'm sorry, like 4 weeks ago.
4 weeks ago. So, and how that turn out?
She she was wanting me to like talk to her more, get her number and all that. I just wasn't into it, wasn't doing it. And plus she wasn't like the profile that I would date. Like I'm also a software engineer and
Hold on. You saw a woman that was physically attractive.
she wasn't too physically attractive.
Okay, what did I say? When's the last time you saw a woman that was physically attractive? You stepped to her. So if we need to hunt, we'd kick you out.
Okay, all right. I know. I was at Walmart. This girl had this.
How long ago was that? How long ago was that?
That was about 2 months ago.
Okay, well, okay, bruh. Software engineer. Okay, simple math problem. One attempt in 60 days. What the fuck? Stop jacking off. I'm serious, man. Darius M, you can't talk like that. Darius M gets pussy. I get pussy. I get laid. You don't. So you talking about hey, turn your camera off. You got ladies in the house. Stop your video. Look here, man. That's what I mean. We can't blame this on women. Okay, you approaching a woman that wasn't on your type. Why the fuck you approaching her? Cause low hanging fruit, the rejection wouldn't hurt as bad.
Nah, it was just like so. She would just sit next to me at the comedy show.
Low hanging fruit.
I wasn't motivated really to like even.
Cause okay, I get it, but what I'm saying is, so okay, that means she didn't do it for you. There was no woman in the entire place that did it for you.
No, absolutely there was.
Then what happened when you approached? What happened when you approached him?
You're right. I didn't.
Exactly. This is what I mean. Guys will sit around talking about the market and the women and this and that. You ain't even trying it. You ain't even approaching nobody. 1 in 60 days. That's 6 a year. Even you, if you read the Mystery Method, you look at Neil Strauss. These dudes will tell you how many women do you have to approach to get 2 phone numbers. That's 10 women. 10 women, you might get one number, one IG. Then you still got to go on. What you expect the kind? Okay, Kevin, let's be honest, man. You think highly of yourself and everything else. What do you think the kind of woman you want that's rare is just supposed to high value woman? You want to just fall in your lap? Do lions get to eat the most choice cuts of gazelle, or do they got to go hunt that shit?
Absolutely not. And I'm not blaming females by any means. It's just that I know that I'm thinking like, man, the women that's out here now, I got to be in the right mindset. You're right. It's all about the confidence level. And so since I wasn't in that mindset, I was like, man, I'm going through this crazy divorce. I'm gonna get out and enjoy myself. And just,
How long you been divorced? How long you been divorced?
I'm still going through it. It's like
Okay. Okay. All right. Well, my point, but see, I need you to understand. You going in with this trash mindset. These women that are out here now. Due respect, bro, you can't tell me about the women out here now because you ain't dating nobody.
All right. So if I say, well, many women reached out to me from this, this couple apps that I'm on, and the conversation and even the vernacular.
I need you to understand how, dude. I'm about to slap the shit out of you. The gazelles and wildebeest that come over here into the lion's den. That's backwards, bro. You're supposed to be going out to tell me about the women that you see, that you like, that you step to, you hunt, that you talk to. Low hanging fucking fruit, man. These women who reach out to me, these women are reaching out to you because what? Whatever. I'm talking about the women that do it for you. And see, this is what I mean. Just like the women talk shit about the men who are available. And we talk about, well, stop dating Pookie and Ray Ray now. Step your game up. We got men out here doing the same thing. Now, it ain't the divorce. It ain't all that. It's the fact of the matter is, if you actually had to, do you even have the skills to step to the kind of woman, do you have the game to step to the kind of women that you feel that they're attractive?
I don't think I do.
There you go. There you go. That's the fact. So because you don't have the game, you don't want to deal with the rejection and risk. So you go with something that's going to have a higher probability of success. The chick that's sitting next to me at the comedy club. I'm gonna get on the app and allow women to approach me. Dude, then you can't get mad that you got the chick that's sitting at the bar at 1:45 when the lights are coming on trying to hit you. And she got 3 kids and she's 260 pounds. Because the kind of women I'm talking about ain't gonna do that. They got men coming after them. So we sit back and talk about the kind of women. The kind of women are based on what you deal with. Let me tell you about what happens when you start living life on purpose. Confident, intelligent, and assertive. I turned off Evelyn's video for a reason. If you look on my channel, how many times do you guys see attractive, beautiful women who are single? They are out here.
Yes.
But they are tired of men having no balls. and sitting around here complaining, or not complaining, but saying, well, what's wrong? See, you have to walk up and risk, because what? You don't want a woman who's a hoe. You don't want a woman who has a high body count. You don't want a woman who's for everybody. Well, that kind of woman is a lady, and ladies are going to expect you to risk something. They're going to shoot you a choosing signal. They're going to drop the proverbial digital handkerchief, but you got to do something. And if not, it will be better not to deal with anything. It will be better not to deal with the chick at the comedy club. It would be better to get off these apps, because it gives you a tainted view of the market. That's all I'm saying. Christian, go ahead.
So I was wondering, so even hearing Kevin speak and Raheem, I was curious, like they're both software engineers. I was wondering how much does self-image play into all this? Because what they do on a daily basis, I was
Heavily, heavily,
with
heavily. And I went to school for engineering, right? I think you guys can notice that when I talk Star Wars, Star Trek, Marvel, I'm a nerd and I'm a geek. I played Yu-Gi-Oh! I did all that shit. But the cool thing is, but I'm also 6'4", so I'm a taller guy. I fit the archetype for a lot of women, but I had to make my image one for myself that drew the kind of women to me in my vicinity, and it also gave me a certain level of confidence. Image matters. Let's say if I took uh, those two brothers, Kevon and where's Jamal, I took them and I did an image makeover with them. They would look a completely different way, a masculine, completely different way than they do right now. And just by that would change how they feel about themselves and the kind and caliber of women they attract. I want you to think about the last time you wore a cologne or some shit that was just dope. Soon as you spray it on, you like it, because it has a chemical reaction in your brain, and your brain released dopamine, and your brain said, "Oh, I like that." And I want you to imagine what happens when you saw a woman that normally may not even say anything to you, and she said, "Oh, what are you wearing?" What? That's like a gazelle tripping in front of a lion. You know how many women who normally wouldn't, they're in their own zone, they got their headphones on or whatever, and I'm just in there. I just got to ask you, what are you wearing? And they ask you in that way, and you know what that way is. Man, we have to use the tools we have in the environment that is in front of us to get the outcome we want, because relationships are over. Easy relationships are over. How about that? I think our grandparents, huh?
as to how essential would you say then for people to learn those tools and learn like basic human nature to be able to apply it?
I think. Well, I think it's more important. I don't want you to go to college for it, but what it is, I mean, a lot of times, the brothers who are very technical like you guys, one of the things you need to focus on is like an image update is important, but what really matters more is the way you communicate, your communication and your behavior, your idiosyncrasies. Have you ever noticed a lot of guys who tend to be technical tend to speak very nasally and like this? Yeah, and there is, and you actually have to. You can actually focus on speaking into the deeper tones in your voice. Slow down, be more deliberative, and drop it down. That does not mean you got to sound like Barry White, but it changes the way people look at you. It changes the way you look at yourself. Speak less. I know men who have unappealing voices who just don't speak, but they command a lot of power through silence. Um, Guys, it's always we all have strengths and weaknesses, but in this modern world, easy relationships are over. Just like being able to provide for a family on a high school diploma and be middle class is over. Factory union jobs that existed, like the guys who are in their late 40s or 50s, the world we saw growing up will not come back. It is a global economy. It's a global world, and it is better, even if you want to marry a black woman and be with a black woman, to make yourself attractive to all women and make yourself competitive amongst all men. And then the kind of black woman or any woman that you're drawn to will be gravitate towards you, and then you just pick what you like. You have the pick of the litter. Um, we're gonna do this again on Thursday. Any other quick questions? Raise your hand real quick before I leave. We're gonna do this again on Thursday. But I wanna challenge you guys to start watching the content that you watch. I don't. I mean, it's good, but I need you also to get out there and start having your own experiences. I have this thing called Suit Saturday, and what is it for? Put on a suit and do the things you would normally do on a Saturday in a suit. But then I also want you to go to the mall, eat lunch in the food court, just be out, and you see the difference in being out in a suit, whether you wear a shirt and tie or whether you just wear a shirt with no tie, whatever. Just make sure you got a nice suit on and you wear a fragrance. Guaranteed. You do this for 4 weeks, suit Saturday for 4 weeks, and if you wear a cologne every day for 30 days, in over 10 years, I've not had one guy come back and say his world is not improved. It's damn near impossible. Demetrius.
That does work. I did that Saturday. I was riding in my car, and had the window down. A bus driver, like at the stoplight, was like, "Look at you."
Mm-hmm. That's it. Demetrius, what you got for me? What you got, Demetrius? You muted yourself. Hold on, let me unmute you. Unmute yourself.
Yeah, I was just gonna say to your point, it even makes you feel better when you put on a suit. I mean, you literally feel more confident when you put a suit on.
Mm-hmm. So I tell the ladies to do the same thing. I tell the ladies suit Saturday or skirt Saturday and put on some heels. It's hard. Just try it. Trust me, especially during the holiday season. And then I'm also going to challenge you guys. You need to find a Christmas party. This is the holiday season. There are all kind of parties. You should be somewhere every week. Chamber of Commerce, the Heart Association, fraternity sororities, somewhere. Get out and do something, guys. Do not waste this time. Lastly, 2022 is about self-awareness. Self-awareness is sexy. Self-awareness is one of the best things we can have. Knowing ourselves, and then knowing ourselves, we understand what frustrates us, what motivates us, and learn how to move in our own individual strengths. All of us have something to bring to the market, but a man who is moving in his purpose, in his passion, understanding his strengths, is attractive to women and is a man that other men want to know. Thank you, guys. Let's get back together on Thursday. Appreciate it. Talk to you all later. Bye-bye. All right. That was it for that show, an hour. I meant to speak to Evelyn. Damn it. Sorry, Evelyn. I'll send you an email. Have a good night, folks. Bye-bye.